This is very interesting because the game just came out called Pragmata. Now, in case you guys aren't aware, infertility? Well, the refusal to have children or get married or procreate, nobody really wants to do it. The population decrease in Europe is being very bad, estimating that it's going to drop down to 50 million total people in Europe by, I believe it was 20 years from now, because the average birth rate of a woman is 1.4, which obviously isn't enough because you need 2 people to have sex. And so when you're only making 1.4 children, that means that your population is on a very slow, steady decline to extinction. A lot of TikTok feminists, gay people, trans people have put in propaganda to convincing women they don't want children anymore. They're just retarded if they actually believe it. And also, living conditions have become so rough that now a lot of households can't afford to do a traditional lifestyle, and more women are fighting to be in the workforce, and it's, nobody wants to have kids. So a good thing happened, and a game came out called Pragmata. And now, due to this game, having kids is cool again. There are actually people calling this game the cause for what might be the baby boom 2.0, and my God, do we need that right now, especially Japan. But Hasan decided to air out his dirty laundry live on stream, and I'm gonna break down everything for you on why he's saying what it is that he's saying it, and give you guys a little bit of context. So let's get into it. And don't worry, guys, me and my beautiful white wife, we will be having children at some point in the near future, and we will take back the white race, and we will not let our population go extinct. Do not worry, guys. Hashtag free Kaya.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata,
Yes.
It's making 1,000 people suddenly want to start a family. You
Yep.
play as Hugh, a soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the childlike android.
I'm 2 hours into this game, and it's absolutely fantastic. Me and Sophia are greatly enjoying playing this together.
Diana while fighting rogue AI.
And by playing together, I mean I play it, and then she lays on my lap while I play it.
It's out already? Is it good?
It's a great game. It's very, very, very good. They did a great job kind of breaking up the monotony of the FPS shooter and doing very quick time puzzle stratagems every single time you go to fight an enemy. It's very good. The gameplay loop is actually great.
Isn't this like...
And by the way, if you say this game is made for pedophiles, you're retarded and you should never have the ability to speak on the internet ever again.
Death Stranding? In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family.
Speaking of which, if my daughter or my son ever draws a picture of me and types my hero or writes my hero, I think I'm gonna cry on the spot.
Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So
Yep.
what's really interesting about this is...
Yeah, go ahead and tell us why having kids is a bad thing, Hasan.
all of these unfuckable losers...
Jesus Christ. I always think it's so funny when streamers shit on their own audience. And let's be real, Hasan, all these unfuckable losers are the people in your chat, the TikTok feminists that are in your chat, who support terrorism and think that it's based and actually watch a Hasan Piker stream. What a self-report.
in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you...
I want to remind you that Hasan is shitting on people for having a family because he thinks it's out of reach for them. And I want to remind you that Hasan is 36 years old. He's dating the streamer Valkyrae, and Valkyrae has been very clear that she does not want children at all. And not to mention, Hasan and Valkyrae have now been together for 3 years, and they're still not engaged, and they're still not married. And you want to know why that is? Is because it's a temporary fling that they feel stuck in, and they don't know how to get out, because Valkyrae is too afraid to leave Hasan, because she knows what Hasan's viewer base is going to do to her the moment that she leaves him. And that's the truth. And Hasan will die a maidenless, childless, disgusting piece of shit. And that's why this topic makes him so mad, is because he knows having a family is something that he will never experience. And I would also like to say, Hasan goes live on stream very frequently and encourages more people to attempt to kill his own relatives for being landlords. As well as, I want to remind you, Hasan Piker is very angry at his family due to the fact that his grandparents are first cousins. Everything that I just said is verifiably true. And I know you may not be used to this, because I know if you're a Hasan viewer, you may not be used to things being verifiably true. So there's this great thing called Grok or Chat GPT that you can do yourself. Are Hasan's grandparents cousins? Yes, according to a statement of Cenk Uygur, Hasan Piker's maternal uncle and co-founder of the Young Turks, his own grandparents were first cousins. So yes, I know you may not be used to things being said by streamers being verifiably true to make them look bad, but no, these are real things. The things I tell you about Hasan Piker, they're not exaggeration. They're not just shit talk. These are real things. And that's really funny because somebody in chat typed WTF in all caps. Guys, I want to remind you, the things that I'm saying about Hasan Piker, they're verifiably true. Yes, Hasan Piker did go to a Diddy party. Yes, he did say terrorism is based. Yes, he did say death to all American soldiers. Yes, he did say America deserved 9/11. Yes, his cousins or his grandparents are first cousins. Yes, he did go to a Diddy party. Yes, he did go to a brothel with at least one confirmed minor there. These are real things, guys. And people want to claim Hasan derangement syndrome. But if you Google what I'm saying, it's the truth. You can also go to Grok. Hasan Piker thinks it's really funny to call me a rapist. Go on to Grok and type, is Tectone a rapist? No. There's no criminal convictions. There's none of that. I got investigated by the police and they dropped it because they realized it was bullshit. And that's the only ammo anybody has against me because so many people are telling this lie that people just for some reason are actually buying it. And the reason why is due to the fact that they don't know how else to discredit me because I'm the guy who goes live and tells the truth, and they hate that shit. They hate that shit because they realize that I can't be bought. And so that's what they have to do. They have to make up lies. They do the same thing about Asmongold. Why do you think they say Asmongold's responsible for the death of both of his parents? Why do you think they call him Nixtaku about it? It's because they know that these people go live and tell the truth, and they're trying everything they can to discredit them. And it's disgusting.
You actually enjoy, right? If you're a fucking lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, if they changed.
He's very mad because he'll never have children himself.
Hot Cheetos. If they change the recipe of hot Cheetos, if they change the recipe of like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper or something, and you fucking freak.
The reason why he's quoting Dr. Pepper and not having children is because he's trying to get his chat to shit on Asmongold without saying his name. This is essentially a dog whistle to get people to shit on Asmongold for not having kids. And I would like to say this. I do firmly believe that Asmongold should take a year off of streaming. And I do think he should find himself a nice woman, really spend some time with her and start having kids. I do. I really do. Because Asmongold's a great man. And the problem is Asmongold's turning 36 soon, guys. He's turning 36. And I do think it is a good call for Asmongold to take a break. I mean, nothing's going anywhere. And to build a family. I think it would be great. It might suck short term for analytics, but long term for his overall happiness as a human being, I don't think streaming as much as he does is healthy. And besides, Kirsha's right there.
Doubt about that. That makes sense, right? Like, that's precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
If my fiance is not pregnant within the next year, I will retire from being a Twitch streamer. No LARP here, buddy boy. I swear to God, I'm having a family. We are taking back the white race. Make more white children. We will do this. If you are a white man and you have a white woman fiance or partner, have as many kids as you possibly can because they're breeding us out of existence.
Because it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
He's so mad knowing that no woman would ever bear his seed that actually gave a fuck about him because no woman would be able to actually put up with Hasan because he's a deranged psychopath.
Also, I will say...
Go ahead. With tears in his eyes and a lump in his throat. Go ahead. Cope even harder.
Japanese game, putting a child in there.
There's no way he's saying Pragmata is for pedophiles. There's no fan service. It's just a little kid. I didn't even know he said this in this clip. It is quite literally a normal little kid. If you see pedophile bait in this game, that's on you, dude. That's on nobody else.
You're playing with fire, okay? Don't get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like...
Also, stop claiming that the Japanese people are like all about all right? First of all, listen, guys, American here. If you actually research into what the Japanese people believe, which is becoming much more prevalent with being able to translate the tweets with AI, they hate liberals. They hate the lolly shit. They hate the pedophiles. Even the Japanese people don't even like lolly content. So this whole narrative, it's just simply not true. I don't blame you for believing that 3 months ago. That's fine. But if you still believe that now, you're just retarded.
Any Japanese game you put like a child, it's gonna invite maybe the worst possible fandom, you know? I know it's not like that. I'm sure the game is not like that, but there will be people who take it like that.
Hasan, you're just retarded for implying that all Japanese peoples are pedophiles. You're retarded. And if you thought that it didn't get as retarded enough,
really? That's like your bedroom, though, isn't it? You're used to that. You're used.
So XQC calls out Senna over what happened with Bonnie. Bonnie was a 18-year-old, allegedly 18-year-old. It's the verdict. The jury's still out on whether she was 18 or 23. It's one of those two numbers. I'm going to believe innocent until proven guilty. I will believe what she said. She says she's 18. And hey, listen, man, you guys have to understand, until the court of law, until a police officer says something different, until criminal court says something different, I'm going to believe innocent until proven guilty. It's just, the problem is the way that Bonnie talked about it was creepy as fuck. Being like, she's going to go cougar mode and she wants to this 16-year-old kid because he's so young and she might never have this opportunity again. Like, I'm sorry, like an 18-year-old just doesn't talk like that. Like that's crazy. But I'm still going to believe innocent until proven guilty. I know it's not as exciting and it's not as good as for viewership, but maybe I'm too fair. Let's keep going in here. Reverse the roles, jail. Well, reverse the roles, and it's called Call Me Carson. And Call Me Carson lost like 90% of his career.
That, bro.
This is like, pushing back on XQC in front of an audience like this, and also getting them to cheer you on is pretty impressive, especially as a...
No, it's not. Is he about to say as a woman?
Woman.
You're retarded. It was Senna and 6 of the Fays all ganging up on XQC on one point. XQC did a vibe check, and he realized if he pushed any harder, it was going to make Senna have a breakdown, because obviously Senna was getting very heated about this. Now, do I wish that he didn't fold? Yes, I wish XQC didn't fold, because now he's the defolder. And he talks all this shit online, but then when you go to him face-to-face, he only says it when he's backing up, which is a shame. And listen, man, I don't blame him. He's like a walking skeleton. One hit and his entire skeletal structure explodes. XQC got cooked, but like X really had a point of make it weird as fucking stand on business, or read the room and realize that Senna was getting way too pressed.
Holy fuck.
And also, if you're going to blame XQC for the reason why streamers are tearing each other apart, XQC does a commentary for events that have already happened. XQC can't comment on events that have already happened if they haven't happened yet. So obviously XQC can't talk about streamers ripping each other apart unless it's currently happening.
Invited it in when he brought up Bonnie's name. Fuck everyone involved in that current drama cycle. I don't even know what the fuck happened in the drama cycle.
He would know about it if it was about one of his ops. And it's crazy how selective Hasan is with reporting the news when it comes to his ops. And that's very interesting now, isn't it?
All I know is this. Okay. Back in the day, content creators would not personally egg on some of the most like parasocial nonsense. And content creators who did egg that shit on and would purposely wedge themselves into a story in an effort to like get some of the most schizophrenic parasocial stalkers involved would usually be like blacklisted.
You know, I would already talk about parasocial stalkers, but Hasan, you know who you coordinated with Mizkif to actually parasocially stalk me in real life? I don't want to hear anybody talk about the problem with parasocial stalkers when you encourage that direct behavior, and you've done it to me. So who the fuck are you to talk about this issue?
The environment changed entirely. Okay? The content creator environment changed entirely. There are a lot of content creators like Asmongold who literally personally lean into this shit.
Asmongold does not lean into parasocial stalking whatsoever. Hasan, you have an entire group coordinated to destroying people's lives and AoE friend damaging people where nobody wants to talk to each other because they're going to have to deal with your rabid fucking fan base. Who have the roaches gone after? Go ahead. Tell me. It's hilarious how he made another issue about Asmongold that he has not participated in whatsoever. Are you noticing how nobody can think of a single person the roaches have ever gone after? Yeah, it's because you're a fucking liar, Hasan. I can name you 10 streamers that your audience has specifically gone after. Your audience ripped me and Emmy apart just because we were homies with Asmongold. It was cringe as fuck. Unfortunately, we're both still here because, like, you ain't gonna do shit versus anybody who has mental. To be honest, I grew. W me. But regardless, they tried.
And will actively turn stories into massive ordeals. Okay, even if it's just like something that a bunch of like insane people made up, they'll always lean into it. XQC does it too. Obviously,
he's not going to give an example, by the way.
Back in the day, it was like Sex Pestiny that did it. He still does it.
I don't know anything about XQC or Sex Pestiny, according to Hasan. I have no idea. What I am noticing is he's not giving any names whatsoever. I'm waiting for examples. I'm hearing names of the people who are doing bad things, but I'm not hearing examples of what they did. I think that silence is telling, by the way. I would bet pretty hard that he's not going to say the exact thing that Asmon did.
And it sucks because all of these people will then turn around and fucking complain about streamer culture and how people are no longer as friendly with one another as there used to be some kind of a sense of community, right?
Hasan, let me explain this to you. People, when they complain about this, obviously there are people who are still good with each other. The problem was everybody used to be good with everybody, and that shit was fake as fuck. Obviously that environment can't exist. It cannot exist, okay? But the issue that more people are talking about is that if anybody is friendly to one person ever and you don't agree with them, then you're going to try to rip those two apart. And Hasan, I think it's very interesting how your friends, Jason the Ween and Pokimane, were friends with a legitimate murderer who went on stream and defended a legitimate murderer before they found out the truth. And you didn't say anything about them. And the reason why you won't say anything about them is because you believe that you will still get their viewers if you remain cordial with them. And that's what I mean. You will tear apart your ops all the time. But if your homies do the exact same thing, you won't say anything. And I want to make it very clear. I have weighed in on many of my friends' wrongdoing, and I have weighed in on what they did right and what they did wrong. I talked about my entire friend group from the Gotcha space, and I even weighed in on what Extra Emily did with Viewbots. I try to be very fair with everybody. But Hasan, all you care about is optics and making sure you have the right business routes to go to in case viewership gets a little bit low. And you know I'm right. Not convicted yet, accused murderer. Wasn't he arrested? But he has been arrested on suspicion of murder. Okay, not charged or convicted. Thank you, chat, for correcting me. Cool. But you know that if Hasan had one of his ops be accused of murder, he would be all over them and all their friends. But because it's Jason and Pokimane and he realizes that their audience watches him too, he won't say a damn thing about it. And you know that's the truth. The hate for Aiden Ross seems so forced. I think we're all seeing it. No, Aiden Ross is a great guy.
Acting like he doesn't do that. See, this is what I mean. Buddy, this is the first time I have talked about anything that has been going on in the streaming space in like the last 5 months.
So you once again talk about Meat Canyon's politics, calling it politically cringe, talking about the streamer space as well as Asmongold. Let's scroll a couple seconds Here's you also talking about the streaming space. Let's go again. Let's keep scrolling. Here's you. I don't know if Hasan doesn't understand that Asmongold's a streamer because he's so mentally raped by him. But every single time you talk about Asmongold, that's you talking about the streaming space.
Okay. And you're in here eating that dick. Yum, 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 yum.
I really don't know how Hasan would go live every day if he lost the ability to lie. It's actually insane when you just think about the things that he's saying and how blatantly like dishonest he is with his community is insane. And the worst thing is, his chat's worse for believing him.
And it's always know you. You can tell when someone is a brain broken fucking loser because they don't have any genuine retort.
That is a genuine retort, Hasan, when they say, yeah, but you do the exact same thing while you're sitting there preaching these values to your chat that you yourself don't have. So hopefully that helps.
Okay. They don't have any genuine retort whatsoever.
That was a genuine retort. I don't know why you're saying it's not genuine. It is a genuine retort.
And immediately go, no, you.
W Techie, W my goat. See, we need more people like you, man.
I got government ops, buddy. I have to deal with so
you talked about Asmongold, Destiny, and XQC literally 5 seconds ago.
Some worse shit than whatever some other dumb fuck content creator said about me.
I want to remind you that this guy has no children. I want to remind you guys, Hasan Piker is turning 35 in 3 months, and he has no kids, and he has no suitable partner that will bear him children. This guy is a multimillionaire, 6'6", has a mansion in LA, and he's so unfuckable, he still has no partner and still has no kids. Okay, I want to make that perfectly clear. Do you realize how unfuckable you have to be 35, a multimillionaire, and have a mansion, and nobody wants to have your kids? That says a lot.
I personally keep away from that stuff because I feel like it's, not in my interest. I don't really care about it. I did see this clip though, and I appreciate Cinna for standing on business.
Yeah, but if you didn't care, why do you like it so much? Because you do care.
And it's cool that like all these other guys were actually on Cinna's side.
He's glazing him because he thinks that he'll be invited to the next face party. All right, final reaction from Aiden Ross. Let's hear Aiden Ross's perspective here.
A lot of streamers, some that even live together, don't hate each other's guts because they'll open up to me about it. So XQC doing the right thing, defending his man when I'm not there, which is me. It's not dick sucking.
Sure, of course not.
Making it very clear, it's not. This guy's authentic. Him training, same ones on my back, behind closed doors, in front of the camera, doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. So there's people, I'm not going to say who, in this circle, who live together, who hate each other. So True. That's my point. Bro, this guy and I have nothing to gain off each other except being friends.
It is very true. I mean, I think people know at this point that Bonnie and Cinna don't actually like each other and are just living in proximity. I could go further, but I don't want to intrude on anybody else's business. It's not really my place to say, and it's not really that big of a deal. But I do respect a guy who's willing to stand up for his friend, even when there's only things to lose. 100%. And, I respect streamers that actually fucking do that because it's very rare.
He's rich. I'm rich. He gets nothing. I get nothing. We just enjoy each other's friendship. She won. Why? Because she can speak louder over him. So that means she wins. She bragged about.
I mean, I'm going to be real. Like, Cinna did win, but, like, it was, like, an impossible scenario for XQC to win there due to the fact that it was, like, 8 versus 1 and it was on stream. And, like, grilling a woman and making her cry, like, on stream isn't exactly a good look for XQC. You know what I mean? Like, and this is why, and I said this before, we live in a gynocentric society. obviously the world panders to women. Why do you think all these phase guys were going, oh, whenever Cinna said anything, but wouldn't do the same thing for XQC when he had arguably better retorts? Because the weak are rewarded, women are rewarded for doing less than men, and they get rewarded more for it. And they will have the backing of everybody because, oh, we gotta help the women. It's just pathetic. I mean, XQC wasn't an unwinnable scenario, to be completely honest. And I wish he was worse of a person to actually have the balls to go the fuck in on her. But it would have just been awkward. But sometimes you got to make it awkward.
A minor. Like, the age gap isn't bad, but she said it that's where it's weird.
Yeah, no, she said, I want to be a cougar. I'm just saying, what she said really sounded like that. And that's where people have a problem with the clip. It's a weird as shit thing to say.
Do you understand? That's where it's weird. It's not weird because the age gap. That's my take. It's weird because
18 and 16 doesn't matter. Don't care.
She boasted and bragged about being a cougar.
Yeah.
That's why it's fucking weird. That's some real grooming shit. And if it was wrong.
Yeah, if the roles are reversed, she'd be out of a career, and that's the truth. Look at Call Me Carson. Well, boys, I hope you all enjoyed that video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for all that slop, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.